Ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful in-betweens, hello and welcome to Necrobarista. I'm Calmputer, and in a back-alley cafe, the dead are granted one last night to mingle with the living. And that is the correct amount of mystery right there. So, let's start a new game. Necrobarista was released in 2021 and developed by Route 59, and as far as I can tell, this was their only game. Or at least the only game they ever released or announced. They thought of the faraway grave on the plain. They thought of the comrade who came not again. They lifted their glasses, and sadly they said, "We drink to the name of the mate who is dead, Henry Lawson." It's too bloody damp down here. I know we're underground, but I don't suppose there are any windows we could open? There's a ventilation duct in here somewhere. Maddie, mind opening it up? Get some fresh air circulating? Other end's blocked right now. There's a dumpster sitting on top of it. You'll have to grin and bear it. Can we hurry this up? Calm your farm, old man. You're well aware it takes a while to set up. I don't appreciate your tone. Sorry. At the very least, can we turn some lights on? With all the rubbish you've got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? Okay, we're seeing roots. Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Practice makes perfect. Hey, Maddie? How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now, Shay? What's up, little Pete? I found you a chair. Ah, thank you. So, this whole thing? Surely it's not legal, yeah? Maddie wasn't clear on that. Yes, the council found it, confronting. For good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order? Mate, it's not just bureaucracy. Shush you. Most rules can be bent, after all. And Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules, as I'm sure you've realized. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Ah. Is this related to her gambling for time? So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. Small scale, though. Doing it on a larger scale requires a bit more preparation. The council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try again after you fail, for that matter. Stubborn scholars notwithstanding. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? Well, that's, sign. Important. Question's irrelevant, because it's banned. Extremely cool. Yes, that's what you call it. Oh, that's what I call it. Right, sure, fine. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. But hey, we're among friends, so we can call it what it really is. Necromancy. I keep forgetting that I need to press A to continue. But, oh well. Necromancy. That's a good start. Well, the game is called Necrobarista, so yeah. From your hazy memories, a certain word calls out to you. Necromancy. You try desperately to remember what it meant. Death comes for us all. This fragment of a memory stays with you. Piece together the past. Remember what transpired, and never forget. You are scattered. Practice, fascination, disheveled, bureaucracy, banned, callous, bourbon. That's a lot of words now. Yeah. Why bourbon, though? Because barista? No. Why specifically bourbon, though? I guess is the better question. Oh, hello? Very sensitive. Stick here. Well, this seems likely to mean something. Press and hold A to inspect a memory. Confirm. Why did the mouse cursor show up? I'm playing with a controller. Oh, hello. Patrons dead. What? No, wait, what? We, Maddie's, what? Read? Thank you. Maddie's. I mean, if I'm supposed to read it. Alright. Maddie's rules. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order they arrived. Don't ask who's alive. It's rude. If someone wants you to know, they'll tell you. 3. The dead have 24 hours to spend within the premises before moving on. Strictly enforced. 4. No, we don't have Wi-Fi. 5. Report broken items and other anomalies to staff. We can't clean up your broken glasses or spatial rifts if we don't know about it. 6. Don't feed the eidolons. They can't eat, and offering them food just reminds them of that cruel fact. And that seems to be it. Still, this looks kind of cool, how the words are just kind of floating around like that. Also discombobulating, but alright. Now that's a nice atmosphere. Possibly chilly due to all of the dead people, but it's like half cafe and half library. I like that vibe. Loading times are a little long, but sure. Book one. The terminal. Carlton, Victoria. Australia, 3053. That could be the zip code, I guess? Postcode? No. Could also be the year. Excerpts from online reviews. Pretty unremarkable coffee. With a place like this, you don't really come for the coffee, I don't think. Barista speaks Chinese, but exclusively uses it to mock people to their faces. I am very self-conscious about my top hat now. Observed little girl running around cafe with knife, unsupervised. Came down with deep sense of ennui after visiting. Was rudely told to stop being a big dweebus after complaining about burnt taste in coffee. This coffee's some of the best I've ever had. 5 stars. Disclosure, I have no taste buds. The door closes. You seem preoccupied. Hey, mate. You right? Ah! You can see me? Clear as day, yeah. What can I get you? I've been walking around for hours. Nobody was talking to me. I don't even know how I got in here. I think you'll find it was via the front door. Okay. Right. Well, you still have your feet and legs, so possibly not a ghost? Right, where am I? This, dearly departed, is the terminal. Carlton's finest. The parted. They say our coffee's to die for. Yeah, you probably should put some stools around there so they can sit more comfortably, maybe? Although the ground might seem more nostalgic. I don't know. So, I don't really know how to go about this. Ask me anything, man. You're not the first disheveled dead guy to drop in, and I'm sure you won't be the last. Also, we can use ZR. So that's not quite the right. Oh, never mind. Inspect keyword. So left bumper lets you go back. ZR? That's like Nintendo. Disheveled. So trigger. Right. This guy has the look of someone who's been through a lot. Sure thing. What does everyone else ask? They generally ask, what does everyone else ask? Ah, shit. And they always say that. Then there's the embarrassed silence. Maddie is normally one to enjoy peace and quiet, but some silences are just awkward. Alright. I get it. You make a habit of bullying everyone who comes through, or just the pitiful ones. It's almost exclusively the latter. I guess that's consistent. Always felt like people saw me as a pitiful guy. Sorry, I was actually just kidding there. No, you're right. I'm a fucking sad sack. Boss hated me, family hated me, work sucked. Just like everything else about me. Now I'm never gonna have a chance to make things better for myself. That's it. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Hey, come on. And now I'm sitting in a cafe for dead people falling apart in front of the barista. Wait. Pull it together! Number 1 rule, no breakdowns in the cafe, please. I promise, man, you are okay. I know how it is, you do. Are you dead? No, and I don't know if you read the rules outside, but, God, I did, yes. I can't even get that right. In that case, you'll also have read that you have 24 hours left before you gotta move on to the next place. And I don't think you want to spend them having one big, long, extended panic attack. 24 hours? Ah, shit. What I'm saying is, everything's okay. Just take some deep breaths. We'll sort this out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't want to be a fuss. Cafe's empty. It's not like I've got anything else going on. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? I'm kind of a burden. You're not, promise. Chin up, mate. Let me tell you about the building. It's got some cool history. So, the first time I came here was about 4 years ago. And that's why you should never, ever serve a martini to a dead biker, even if he specifically asks for one. Huh. Out of all the possible ways to react to that, that's one I certainly didn't expect. Yeah, no point in seeking eternal vengeance if you're gonna have to leave in a few hours anyway. It kind of strips it of meaning, you know? There's no way to tell whether you'll even care once you cross over. But then again, maybe I'm just being a buzzkill about it. Shouldn't go around policing people's reactions to things. I'm still wrapping my head around all this. Death, that is. Feels weird to say it, doesn't it? Weird. Yeah, that's the word. So, you said most people don't ever find out how they died before they pass? Even if they got murdered or something? Yep. Most people don't die from murder. It's mostly sickness. Or old age. Or lawnmower accidents. Ew. Well, they call them accidents. But really, loads of lawnmowers are possessed by evil spirits. That said... Alright, hold on just a moment. You can't just drop that and move on. Possessed lawnmowers? Seriously? Anything with spinning blades attracts them. Garden equipment, blenders... Oh, I need to read about that. People scoff at the idea of a robot uprising like we haven't spent decades arming our machines with blades. Yep, sure. Power saws. Right. They're a real pain in the arse. Gotta do at least 1 or 2 exorcisms a month on the coffee grinder. Oh, right, that's... Oh, yeah, that's a lot of blades, too. That's wild. Oh, you're a robot. And after we just heard about robot uprisings... So, I know I'm breaking the rules again, but, how many people in here are dead? Yeah. It's a cafe for dead people. Does that mean it's everyone? Or are some of these people just really into ghost cafes? Okay, that smile is a little creepy. Also, we're alone. A little column A, a little column B. Plenty of mortals comes through. But this is one of the only crossing points in the country, so we get a lot of your type. That's also why the rent is so high. Landlords, the original rent seekers. Well, yes. 'Cause those vampires who own the place know we get a lot of foot traffic. Literal vampires? No. Like boomers, landlord class. Yeah. Ah. Same thing, I guess. So, to answer your question, there are 9 customers in here right now. Really? Out of those 9, yourself included, I'd say 4 or 5 of them are just passing through on their way to the next place. How can you tell? Once you worked here for a while, you get a sort of sixth sense for this kind of thing. Gotcha. Speaking of sixth senses, I've got one for trouble. You have 2 sixth senses? Hello? Hello? Oh, well. Ashley? Ashley had adopted the cafe staff a couple of years back, much in the same way that a puppy adopts a squeaky toy. She was the kind of ferociously smart kid who absorbed information like a sponge, but only used it to cause trouble. Today, she was accompanied by the stench of motor oil and brought with her a look that said, "I am an invincible genius." Ashley has fancied herself a genius ever since the day that Maddie invited her to become a spunky sidekick. She was mostly right about that one. Alright, I know that look. Spit it out. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Cut the crap, kid. What are you after? I'm busy dealing with a customer. I'm not really needing any attention. Shut up, Kishan. I need an extra pair of hands, and none of my ashlings are around to help. Don't you have any clamps? We got you a bunch for your birthday last month. Aging a year just means you're 1 year closer to death. An odd thing to celebrate. Agreed. They're all being used for other very important things. They were not. Pretty sure I saw one on a table upstairs earlier. No, I really need a helper. Ashley, I'm busy. Please. Hey, I could probably ease. I could. Come on, Ashley. You've gotta let us work. I'm not gonna get anything done down here if I have to keep going upstairs to find the screwdrivers you misplaced. Trying to improvise a screwdriver is a good way to end up with stripped screws. Very true. You used the right tool for the job. Hammer usually does it, I find, but alright. But... Hey. No dice. What about Shay? He can help me. But what about... He's emptying the dishwasher. Sound familiar? It should, because I told you to do it an hour ago. Oh? It's really no trouble. Oh! Why don't I take this guy? Only thing he's busy with is being dead. Hey. Come on. Ashley, I'm not going to argue with you about this. I'm sure he would rather relax than be bossed around. Also, manners. We've talked about this. You've got to be more respectful in front of customers. Please. I'm happy to go upstairs. Really, it's fine. I don't have anything else going on. And I'm super dead. I'm cool with it. I'm Kishan. Very dead guy. Happy to help. You sure? I can just send her back upstairs. Promise. It's fine. I'd just sit around and be a pain otherwise. Perfect. Come on, peon. In follower hierarchy, peons are one level below assistant, one level above minion. We got work to do. Ashley wasn't getting enough attention. But with Maddie's newfound responsibilities, some sacrifices had to be made. That meant the kid would just have to occupy herself more often than not. She still felt guilty as hell about it, and, I reckon this place needs more plants. Jesus Christ, Jay! You're gonna give me a heart attack, you old bastard. What's on your mind? Head in the clouds, as per usual. Did I look like I was thinking weighty thoughts? Excruciatingly so. What's going on? Nothing important. Just my resting bitch face. Nope. This one's different. How so? Your facial expression is reminding me of the time you tried to fist fight that cosplayer. Inspect? Cosplay is short for costume play. I didn't actually realize that. But of course it is. And bad things can happen when play suddenly becomes serious business. That's a nice play on words. Nice. Oh, the samurai? The one who barged in, waving his gift store katana around and demanding satisfaction after I refused to put 15 shots in his coffee? Weirdly specific. What's it look like? Looks like you just got threatened with 1,000-fold Nippon steel. It's a precious memory, so I remember it very clearly. A mix of deep disgust. People with a high disgust sensitivity seldom do well in a kitchen environment. Somehow, Maddie manages. Okay, a mix of deep disgust, a whole bunch of derision, and a tiny pinch of pity. Yep, that's me. What a mood. Also, the music is wonderful. Perfectly accentuates everything, really. You alright, though? Real talk. I'm fine. I'm actually fine, or let's not talk about it, fine. The second one. Fair rope. Offer still open if you'd like to talk things out. In the meantime, sorry. Can I grab that tea towel? My hands are wet. Oh. Yeah, here you go. So, did the dishes need hand washing, or... I'm sure I told Ashley to empty the dishwasher earlier. Nah. Thing's busted. Door latch won't close. Might call the repairman. Ashley wouldn't wash him by hand anyway. Her arm would corrode. Oh, right. Yeah. She didn't... yeah. Almost didn't notice that before. So I did it. Not a problem. Yeah, fair enough. So, like I mentioned, it'll need a repair. Some people remain stubbornly defiant in the face of planned obsolescence. Replacements are for quitters. Unless you want to let Ashley at it. I'd call the repairman myself. But our landline stopped working last week. We had a landline? Yes. Ancient technology. An inelegant tool for a less civilized age. That's a cool, yeah. Nice. Only works when you pay the bill, though. Don't know if it'd be cheaper to get it repaired. Or just buy a new one and give Ashley the old one for parts. Costs are pretty close, all things considered. Hey, don't work too hard. You'll worry yourself into an early grave. Hey, You spent 50 years digging holes. If you want to see a lot of Earth, you can become a globetrotter, or you can pick up a shovel. Lovely. That sounds like pretty tough work, old man. Ow. Okay. Old man. For your information, I'm barely 170-ish. I'm failing to see the inaccuracy. It was during a literal gold rush. Everyone was doing it. Only thing different about me is that I eventually started digging up things more interesting than gold. Only kind of gold I'm interested in is brown gold. Coffee. Shut up. Hey. So... I know it's just another stress on the stress pile, but I think we need to put in an order for more kitchenware soon. Yeah, another thing that costs money. We're beginning to run out of cutlery, too. Summary of Offences Act 1988, Section 11C. A person must not, without reasonable excuse, proof of which lies on the person, have in his or her custody a knife in a public place or a school. Wait, a person must not, without reasonable excuse, have in his or her custody a knife in a public place or school. Yeah, well, I mean, we do have a reasonable excuse. This is a cafe. We need cutlery. Anyway, moving on. It keeps disappearing. Not sure where. I don't know how long it can wait before we get more. Don't know if we can afford that this month. Just, everything's a bit too pricey right now. Doesn't help that the coffee cartels keep pushing prices up. I don't think the importer is part of a cartel. They're quite nice. I've seen photos of their kids. You ever spoken to them? They're obviously criminals with the prices they charge. The worst kind of criminals are the kind who operate within the bounds of legality. Also incredibly true. Wholesale my ass. And yet we keep buying from them. Well, yeah. The beans are good, man. It's just everything else on top of them that's stressing me out. Also, didn't the reviews say the coffee was kind of eh? Yeah. I'll happily accept the blame for some of that. It's fine. You don't have to. I know it's all on me. I've just got to figure out how to pay everything off. Also, dead people probably don't have a lot of money. Because they need it for the ferryman, probably. Everything. And everyone. The shitty council of death and the doubly shitty time debt we owe to them are the last thing I want to think about right now. I've lost enough sleep over it already. Hey, I'm here to help. I'm worried about you, you know? You've had a lot of responsibility dropped on you in a very short period of time. Maddie's been saddled with great responsibility. She's still waiting for the great power that's supposed to come with it. And I can't help but feel a little bit culpable for that. I know. Yeah, I know. And you... I can't thank you enough. Shh. It's alright. Hold yourself together. We'll figure it out as a team, just like we always have. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? I get it. And I don't want you to feel like I'm imposing or interfering too much. I know the cafe's yours now. And even though things are a bit much at the moment, I know I keep saying this, Maddie, but I don't know how much time we have to deal with all of this before things start falling apart. Things are already falling apart. But you're going to have to face reality at some point. You know that, right? Shay, oh my god, yes I know. I don't need any more reminders from you. Back off, man. The council's always on my mind. Can't escape them. My best is all I can do, okay? And that's all anyone is ever asking for. Just because you're my best friend and my old boss and my mentor doesn't mean I need you preaching at me how I need to deal with my problems. Because they're my problems now, not yours. Alright, no worries. I'll give you some space. Might go check on Ashley. You seen her recently? She's upstairs. Dragged a customer up there, talking about clamps or something. I'd better go rescue them then. Be back in a bit. Kind of exploded on him there. Shit. He's right, isn't he? We really could use some more plants. So, we're gonna strap a big old steak knife to it. Oh, so that's where the knives are gone. And make them fight each other. I love it. This is gonna be great. I want to build something that gets put on that TV show, Battle Royale. Okay. I want to build, let's see, with flamethrowers on it. You're not gonna put one on this little guy, are you? Flamethrower? Probably not. But I want you to record the fight on my phone so we can send it to the producers. Producers have a real thirst for schlock. Right. Yeah, sure thing. Let's get this knife attached. Pass me those zip ties. Zip ties. And the knife. Knife. And my coffee. Are you sure? Who even gave you that? Coffee! Damn it. It's empty. Coffee is empty, Kishan. The world is beginning to vibrate. Maybe it's good that your cup runneth empty, yeah? I think my cup needs to runneth with more espresso in it. That would be bad. How many shots did you put in there? Too many, Kishan. But did anyone ask Icarus how many shots of espresso he had? Yeah, I'm reading a book about Icarus. Imagine being Daedalus and watching your son die doing the exact thing you told him not to do. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? He flew to the sun. I'm cultured. In unrelated news, I have a headache. I think you might want to read a little bit more about Icarus. There's a twist ending to that one. I'm holding a knife, Kishan. No spoilers. No spoilers. Promise. Alright, Shay. Just say hi. Try not to get a knife slung at you this time. You got this. Hey, kids. Intruder! Yeah, you failed. Shun, my buddy, my pal. Did I get him? No. You missed. Damn it. But... wait. You threw it on purpose? Extremely on purpose. Yes. I'm fine, by the way. Oh, it's just you. Would it have been worse if it was someone else? Probably. Unless they were an actual spy come to steal my robot designs. You never know who might be watching. Then it would have been good. That you missed? Hey, I think I'm crashing. Oh no. Is she okay? Did I kill her? She'll wake up in about 15 minutes with no ill effects. But you probably shouldn't give her any more coffee. She turns into a real goblin. Not to be confused with the days when she's just a regular gremlin. Oh. She told me that it'd make her immeasurably powerful. I mean, she's not wrong. But, you know, great power, great responsibility, yada yada yada. She's 13. Kid's got plenty of energy already. Probably not the sense of responsibility, though. Yeah, I don't even know how I ended up sitting here attaching knives to robots. She's very convincing. Ashley's persuasiveness is a mystery. It clearly can't be logic, eloquence, or charisma that causes people to do her bidding. You don't have to tell me, mate. She basically lives here. Her parents would kill me if they found out she nearly killed me. Okay, so damned if you do, damned if you don't. Good luck. Also, she has parents. Pretty good line throw, though. She makes me proud in the weirdest ways. Huh. Did she learn from the best? She did. But the best definitely wasn't me. Maddie's pretty deadly with knives. Loves her flashy tricks. Bad habit, probably. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. My name's Che. I used to own this place. Now I just sort of sit around and cause trouble and sometimes have knives thrown at me, I guess. I'm Kishan. And I died today. I love this. This kind of world building is wonderful. I'm alive! I'm alive! Oof, we got a loud one here. Aw, be nice. You know it's scary waking up. Big lights coming towards me. I think it's reliving its last moments. Looks like it. What is happening? Hello. I do not remember having this many limbs. Yeah, you have 6 now. Possibly more. Join the club, pal. We are reborn in a new image. I see. I'm Kepler. Nice to meet you. Nice name. And I'm Jacoby. I am undefined. I don't know if that name will stick. Its body is made of a milk carton. Should we call it milk? No. too basic. Imagine if you called me Goon, just because I'm made of a goon box. That's a thing? Oh, goon bag. Australian? Really? Okay. I wouldn't like that at all. No, I wouldn't blame you. Ashley was yelling about someone called Lovelace the other day. That's a good one, I think. How does our new friend feel about it? Acceptable? Excellent. Nice to meet you, Lovelace. Nice little interlude. Reminds me of the Tachikomas from Ghost in the Shell. Look at you, turning into a responsible human being. During intermissions at the end of episodes, you can freely explore the terminal. Memories are scattered throughout the terminal that delve into the tales of its patrons. More locations and memories become available as you progress through the main story. Okay, so the frame rate is a little janky. Continue. Thinking about alchemy in the wrong way. Yes, we can hold down A. Highlighted passages. Highlighted passages from Thinking About Alchemy the Wrong Way by Sophie Cordova. Most study of alchemy throughout history can be categorized as either practical alchemy, that is, alchemy which aims to understand the world only as well as is needed to fulfill certain utilitarian ends, and philosophical alchemy, that is, alchemy which aims to come to a more complete understanding of the world as it is, without prejudice, for which portion of alchemical understanding can be wielded to utilitarian ends. In the modern alchemy movement, there has been a tendency within literature to place a greater emphasis on philosophical alchemy, based on the premise that coming to a more complete and correct understanding of the universe is the best way for us to discover new practical methods for the physical use of alchemy. Much of this is based on the modern scientific movement and the post-Enlightenment era. Much like our understanding of theoretical physics gives us more accurate models of physical reality which have real applications in engineering, having a better understanding of alchemy on a philosophical level informs our practice of alchemy. However, it might be that this focus on alchemy, which places an emphasis on being correct rather than useful, has thrown out the baby with the bathwater. Admittedly, my position here is hardly biased. The fact that practical studies of alchemy have largely been chased underground is the reason that the tome you're reading is self-published, rather than distributed through more official channels. For example, underappreciated in the development of modern alchemical practices is the use of a 5-element model. Early pre-Aristotelian alchemical models were based on an understanding of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Later, Aristotelian alchemical models separated elements into 4 categories of earth, water, air, and fire. While this model may be more accurate and reflect an evolution of our understanding of alchemy, it seems to sacrifice the more practical separation of elements in a way that better allows us to understand less tangible things. While wood is not an element strictly speaking, it helps for us to think of it as such. After all, juxtaposing wood against elements such as metal and fire makes it apparent that wood possesses certain soul-like qualities that other elements lack, which might prompt us to question what it is about wood that seems to make it behave like a super element, with practical uses beyond the conventional. There's a great irony in the fact that while these kinds of questions eventually led us to discard the 5-element model, the new model no longer allows for the existence of this sort of question to exist in academic literature. This book serves as my guide to asking the wrong questions, to arrive at the wrong answers that nonetheless seem to work. It is a book for troublemakers and rule breakers. Indeed, the fact that you hold this book in your hands right now is probably evidence that you have broken several rules to acquire it. That, or you, are a rule enforcer tasked with destroying my work, who for some reason has decided to take the time to read it. Perhaps you are reading my work in search of identifying information which might lead you to my location, or you are reading to gain a better understanding of someone whom you consider to be an enemy. Perhaps, after reading my work, you will realize that my ideas are not so dangerous as you've been led to believe, or perhaps you will realize that they're exactly as dangerous as you've been told. Oh, B to return. That was rather a large book to have to write out on this little board here. Very interesting. Hello? Nothing there. Books. Here you have some stools, so that's nice. Also, I'm impressed by this tree here. Yeah, I could definitely work here. The outside looks a little dilapidated though. Yeah. 30, 50 something? 1,000 years into the future. Also, she said this was one of the only transit points. I think that's the name she used, or word she used. And yet you only had, what was it, 7 ghosts? Or departed. Here? It seems rather low. Hello? I'm gonna leave that for you to read on your own. But, yeah, this is lovely. For a visual novel / point and click, kind of. This feels innovative. Like a new paradigm shift. Then again, it came out in 2021, and I don't know how many other games emulated this style. But I love it. Absolutely adore it. And the characters are sympathetic. I want to meet more of the departed, though. I'm a little sad that we don't find out how they passed on, or like how they died. But, I mean, if they don't know, why would I? And like I said, this is the developer's only game so far. It might be that they're working on another game and haven't revealed it yet. But, yeah, we can only hope. And with all of that said and done, ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful in-betweens, I've been Calmputer, this has been Necrobarista, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time.